My thoughts on this program planning, first I will say that it is a very interactive session and it allows you to think deep and be creative in your mind and be innovative in your thoughts. And in that process, the planning helps one to look deep into their organizations and their programs so that they are able to understand who they are, what their program entails, and goes further than actually helping you to understand where you want to go.
AICCAD is probably one of the organizations that represents the early adopters and innovators in the transition to family and community-based care and in care reforms. But I also see kind of a shared vision emerging of them being kind of a pillar of support in their communities, being a lighthouse organization that kind of shows the way for other organizations who are making the transition, but also other churches who are involved in child welfare programs in Kenya, looking to AICCAD and the African Inland Church as a model for the church being a platform for care and protection.
For the last 45 plus years, we have been handling the issues of children, but all that we were doing was to institutionalize children in the children's home. But 12 years ago, when we changed into the family-based care and family strengthening and child protection, we have felt that we are so special in this sense that we have a lot of history. And we are still in the process and still learning, but again, we are very much convinced that it is the best way to move.
The challenge of transitioning to family and community-based care and working with children and families presents a particular problem for most organizations. They just don't have a lot of experience doing those programs. And so the program design workshop really helps the organizations to flesh out their programs on paper. Having it down on paper reduces risk, it increases the possibility of success, and allows to bring multiple stakeholders together to review and provide input on the design so that it can better meet the needs of the communities and families they serve.
What Weza Care Solutions has done is to enable us to put our programs together so that we get one program designed for the organization, so that we are addressing the issues that are affecting our communities in a more structured way than what we were doing previously. So that one program is able to feed into another one, so that we build a stronger program that addresses the challenges that are facing the communities.
This training has showed me clearly the direction I need to take this organization. And the good side of it, I've looked at the structure even of the church where we are actually serving. And already I'm seeing the gaps that this training can fit into, so that even the whole church and the whole church leadership will benefit from it.
For AICCAD and their relationship with the Africa Inland Church, there's an additional layer of potential impact, looking at the church itself as a platform for supporting children and families. Now, I think the child welfare sector could really benefit from having more churches involved in the community, more churches involved in supporting families.
We've seen from the workshop that there's need for us to go closer and work closer with the churches and work with the church leadership and also by identifying some of the needs of these churches and the leadership in the community. And we now, through the identification of the need, which has come out so well from the workshop, now we'll be able now to give the right scale, because we have to do assessment. The need assessment of the community will help us to understand what are the interventions that they need. With the new approach, we believe that the sustainability of our work lies within empowering people to be able to solve their own issues, empowering the churches and the communities to be able to take care of the vulnerable children and even the vulnerable members of the society.
And I think that makes us unique. So we are not working in isolation. And remember, the church also belongs to the community. So as we work with the church, we can use the church to impact the community.
Working with AICCAD does give a lot of hope for what the future holds for the entire child welfare sector in Kenya. They're excited, they're motivated, they want to make a difference, and they're also consummate professionals, in this work. And so watching them go through this process and seeing the programs and ministries and things that they're designing, I think it's going to be a real exciting model for what could be in the future. And I think they could be a lighthouse for change, not just in Kenya, but in East Africa and in the continent. It could be a model for church-based family care that could really spread around the world.
This workshop is an eye-opener to AICCAD to know our status and to see how can we work with Wesa Care to reach more of our target groups and to scale up in the community and also in the country at large.